Hey, how you doing? So you're probably wondering how to get your shift knob off your 2011 Chevy Impala. We had to take this apart. We had to respray all of this. We had to take all this off of the radio and the heater, remove all the little buttons so we could respray this. It had gotten damaged by some chemicals. But getting the shifter off is kind of a tricky situation on these Malibus. This has wiring in the bottom here for your selector switch for high-low gears. And that's wired in, plugged in down below here. All right. Now I'm doing this video with it already apart so I can show you all the pieces. It's a lot easier to do it that way. This shift knob is held in by a number 25 screw. Okay. Right here on the shaft. To get at that screw, you've got to be able to pull this piece up. We sprayed the shifter knob too. It was all bunged up, and so you have to remove the shifter plate, the whole unit first, lift it up, and then you can get at underneath to get at these tabs. If you see these tabs here, there's one in the front, two in the sides of the front, two in the middle, two in the back. So you got a total of 7 tabs, but you don't want to break them. So what I did is, once this whole shifter panel is lifted up, we use just plastic trim tools. You pop it up, get it loose. Then you wedge these in between here and your boot assembly. And while it's out and loose where you can access underneath of this, you can push in on the little tabs. Right here, these little tabs. Push in on them and carefully remove this whole thing. Once it's removed, that part's removed, you can slide the boot all the way up. I don't have it all the way up right now because I just finished this and I don't want to damage the finish, but you pull it all the way up and you can access that screw down in front, and you can access the wiring to disconnect down here. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to get this out, you're going to need one of these little stubby deals. This little stubby 1/4 inch. Here's a 25 Torx in there. It takes a 1/4 inch ratchet to get it loose. So that's the only way you're going to get at it. There's not enough room here to get a full-size screwdriver in there with a Torx bit. So you're going to need a stubby for sure. Okay, or you can use a socket and a ratchet. But these are so handy, these little stubbies. I like them because you can put a ratchet on it, or you can take it off and you can spin it by hands. So 25 Torx, screws down on the shaft. Got to disconnect the wiring down there. Just a little tab you push and the wiring comes out. But you got to get this whole shifter plate off. Okay, this whole, and you got to get the boot off. That's the only way you're going to do it. You're not going to get access to that screw unless you get this whole boot assembly lifted up and out of the way. And by the way, we got to spray this also because this plate got damaged. That goes on the back of the shifter here. Okay, that sets in the bottom. Let me see if I can show you this. Sorry, I got one camera today. That's all I can do. Okay, that sets in down there. See the tabs? Sets in at the bottom and snaps in at the top. So you would access with a plastic trim tool to the top, pull it out, and then lift it. Pull it out this way and then lift it up and out if you want to access this to get this off, to change color or to repair it, whatever. So there you go. Hidden screw down here. A bit of work to get it out. Take the whole shifter plate out, take the boot, get the boot released and up so you can pull the boot up, and then you can get at that screw and the wiring. So, oh, and by the way, you got to turn the car on to get this and put your foot on the brake to get this down here, and then you either got to put your foot on the brake, which I'm doing right now, or you're going to have to block the wheels. So be aware of that also. The shifter has to be down in this position. You just can't work on it when it's up in here. And the reason you have to do this, by the way, is you can see the boot is narrower than the shift knob. This boot is, you can't lift this up past this shift knob. It's a big fat shift knob, so that's why you have to do it the hard way. Anyhow, thought I'd share that with you guys because I looked all over the internet and couldn't find anybody that was talking about this, so I figured I'd let you all know because I know a lot of you guys like your Chevys. Maybe you want to clean up your shifter knob, respray it, or you want to fix something, or you want to get your shift plate off, you want to get at your dash here. That's the tricky part, getting this doggone shifter off. Once that's off, everything is, You know, you pop this out. There's a couple screws down, one here, one there. Some of the trim comes out. Trim up here pops out. Everything else is pop out except for 2 hidden screws here underneath the shifter plate. So we had to do all that to do our job here at the trim shop. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.